Imagine waking up one day and realizing your bank made thousands of dollars from you last year. Not because you invested, not because you made money, but simply because you used their services. Most people think banks are just safe places to store money. But the truth is, banks are one of the most profitable businesses in the world. And the shocking part, they make billions using your money. Today we're going to reveal the secret ways banks make billions from everyday people, without most customers even realizing it. And once you understand these tricks, you'll never look at your bank the same way again. The interest trick. Let's start with the biggest secret of banking. When you deposit money in a bank, most people think it just sits there safely. But that's not what actually happens. Banks loan your money to other people. For example, you deposit $10,000 into your savings account. Your bank might pay you 0.5% interest. That means after a year, you make only $50. But the bank takes that same money and lends it out for mortgages, car loans, credit cards, and those loans often charge 5% to 25% interest. So while you make $50, the bank might earn $1,000 to $2,000 from the same money. Multiply that by millions of customers, and suddenly banks are making billions every year. Credit cards, the real money machine. Now let's talk about the real goldmine for banks. Credit cards. In the United States alone, Americans owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. And the average credit card interest rate, around 20% or more. Here's where banks win. If you carry a balance of $5,000 on a credit card, at 20% interest, you could end up paying thousands of dollars in interest over time. And banks love when customers only pay the minimum payment, because that keeps the debt alive for years. That's why credit card companies constantly send offers like 0% interest for 12 months, pre-approved credit limit increase, exclusive rewards. It looks like a great deal. But the real goal is simple: get you into long-term debt. Because debt is extremely profitable for banks. Overdraft fees. Another hidden money maker. Overdraft fees. This happens when you spend more money than you have in your account. Let's say you have $5 left in your bank account. Then you buy something for $10. Your bank approves the transaction, but then charges you an overdraft fee, usually around $35. That means a $10 purchase suddenly costs $45. And here's the crazy part. Many banks process transactions in ways that increase the chances of overdraft fees. In the past, some banks even reordered purchases to maximize fees. And while regulations have changed, overdraft fees still make banks billions every year. Monthly account fees. Another quiet profit stream. Monthly account fees. Many banks charge checking account maintenance fees, ATM fees, wire transfer fees, foreign transaction fees. These may seem small, maybe $10 per month. But think about this. If a bank has 10 million customers paying $10 monthly, that's $100 million every single month, or over $1 billion per year. And most customers barely notice these charges, because they're small and automatic, which is exactly how banks like it. Investing your money. Here's another secret most people don't know. Banks don't just lend your money. They also invest it. Banks invest customer deposits in government bonds, financial markets, large corporate loans, trading operations. Some of the biggest banks even have massive investment divisions. These investments can generate huge profits. But guess what? If those investments succeed, the bank keeps most of the profit. And if they fail, in the past, governments have stepped in to bail out banks to protect the financial system. So banks often take risks with other people's money. The psychology of banking. But the biggest secret isn't interest. It's psychology. Banks design their systems to encourage borrowing, spending, long-term debt. Think about it. Credit cards make spending feel invisible. Autopay makes fees easy to ignore. Minimum payments make debt feel manageable. And rewards programs make you feel like you're winning, even when the bank is the one making the real money. It's a system built around one goal: keep money moving through the bank. Because the more transactions you make, the more opportunities banks have to profit. The smart way to beat the system. So does this mean banks are evil? Not necessarily. Banks provide important services like safe storage for money, loans for homes and businesses, payment systems for the economy. But the key is understanding how the system works. Smart people use banks without letting banks use them. For example, avoid carrying credit card balances. Choose accounts with no monthly fees. Build savings instead of relying on debt. Always track where your money is going. Because once you understand the game, you can start playing it smarter. Banks make billions every year, not because they're smarter than everyone else, but because most people never learn how the system really works. Now that you know these secrets, you're already ahead of millions of people. And if you want to learn more powerful money strategies that can help you build real wealth, make sure you subscribe to Finance Unlock. Because on this channel, we uncover the money secrets most people never learn.